It's not counting, is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Well, we're here in Chiang Mai, Thailand with a lovely background. NiDai Soke is going to be discussing today and talking about Soke Hirano in the early days as he began to start in his karate at Yokohama Dojo.
It's very important to understand that Soke was born during World War II. When he was at his birth, Japan had already invaded Manchuria in China, and it was wartime. So there was a ration on everything, just like in the U.S. during World War II, there was a ration on everything. But in Yokohama, it was a shipping port, so needless to say, it was always busy. Now, Soke's father was a tailor and evidently was very successful being a tailor. In 1945, after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when the sky turned black, as it's referred to in Japan, Soke realized something was definitely going on. The occupation started in 1945 and continued to 1952. During this time, there were a lot of regulations. Martial arts were not taught. The Japanese population was disarmed. That's the time that all of the swords got confiscated. It was a very difficult time in Japan. So all martial arts stopped. Then in 1952, everything changed. When McCarthy said, okay, you guys are on your own. Reischauer had already changed the basic position in Japan about the emperor. He was no longer a god, he was a man. Things had a radical change. So when Soke was 12, he was able to start seeing karate being taught in this Yokohama dojo. And he was very excited. He, like all other Japanese, got to see samurai movies during this period of time. And as he told me, and as he proved many times over, we both love to watch old Japanese samurai movies. And of course, Soke was really excited when Toshiro Mifune made the first thing of, or the first historical novel about Miyamoto Musashi. But Soke trained really, really hard. He and his partner in training was Tsuchiya Sensei, Mitsuo Tsuchiya, who we'll discuss later, and they were basically inseparable. They ran up Mount Fuji and trained. They trained in the snow, they trained in the summer, they swam, they trained in the ocean. They were quite the dynamic duo. But Soke was so good, and he didn't lose in sparring. By the time that he was 18 years old, he was already Sandan. He started at 12. This was unheard of in Japan, for him to be a Sandan. But he caught all of the attention of everybody. And of course, his instructor, at the time it was called Wado Ryu. There wasn't a Wado Kai, it was Wado Ryu. was the style of karate that he learned. And basically, he learned judo, karate, iaido, and really had a great time. But the main thing and the most important thing was he caught the eye of Master Otsuka, and this would set him on a path that would change the rest of his life. Oz.